The Federation have deployed the Deep Space Vanguard onto the rocky, cave-filled world of X-11 to set up arc scanners. And when our brave troopers are finished, the bugs will be full of holes too.
Alright, I just want to talk about my build here. We're using the grenade launcher, and as your secondary, you're going to have an option to pick another gun other than a handgun due to the overkill perk there that you see as my second one equipped. You'll also have Watkins trigger and the grenade cooldown perk selected. If you don't have two utilities, make sure to just run the thermo nuke. You can also run the lure grenade, which I'll explain why later.
Listen up, troopers. This is an ARC mission. Establish a base.
Here you'll see me grab a stem. In hindsight, that was not a great idea. Should have left those for everybody else on the team. I ended up suicide and dying before I even got to stem the first time, I believe. So the delay that you're seeing here, the team not just running over there to the base, is because once we move so far away from the transports here, it will start spawning bugs. So we wait for the team to spawn in, everybody to get ready to run off the platform before we all start going over to build the base.
Location is established. Stand by for the ARC. ETA 1 minute.
Loaded up with the payload. Vulture 1 on the way. Clear the drop zone.
Quit shooting me!
Troopers, reinforcements are limited, but make sure you keep everyone alive.
Payload has been delivered. Brimstone 1 and the ARC. Vulture 1 returning to base.
Brimstone 1, you have orders to secure resources in this sector.
So here we start running low on funds, and instead of continuing to build the base, we leave a few dollars in reserve in case we need to build an emergency fortification. What the engineer's doing here is something that we should look for on every base build. He's using a position that is outside of the green markers in order to use his special and build a turret outside of the bounds of the base. Engineers, in case you're unaware, cannot use their special abilities on the green spots. They have to be outside the build zones. Yes, I meant to put that there. No, I did not. It was a misclick. And you can't get rid of it once you drop it. And if you can, somebody fill me in on how. So I'm going to take the initiative to be leaving the base, trying to get as many of the high value targets as I can down that are outside of our normal gun range. With the demo and the Watkins trigger, it gives me a lot of freedom to just die without any sort of reservations about our life pool, how many lives we've got left to use. Watkins trigger, if you read it, states that your deaths, your noble sacrifices, do not cost reinforcements. So I fast forwarded through a big lull that we had there in the action. During that time, mostly what I did was go around and try to map in my mind what I wanted things to look like. I have my intended kill box that I normally will set up right there where I'm dropping the special attack or behind it so that we can access and use the flat areas. We don't get much further extended in the front of the base by the time we get heavily attacked, but we did end up pushing a really good fortification in the back by the end, you'll see.
Attention. Elevated around mid-threat levels have been detected.
Another debate that we've had amongst the group is bunkers. When to put them, where to put them. I believe that the way that they were placed on this map was one of the best placements we could have came up with for not only our land value, but also our resource costs for investing in bunkers. They are a costly object. So what I ended up going through and doing is getting rid of some of the bodies. As Cerberus, it is always a good idea during your downtime to go around and get these things cleaned up. You can't build on bodies, you can't shoot through bodies. You don't want your troopers to have to climb over bodies to get back to base. So during the lull where we're not being attacked, I go through and set some C4 charges where I think the bodies might start to pile up. You can blow these preemptively when you're getting hit with waves, or you can wait until the stacks are high and just clear all the walls at once if you trigger pools.
Brimstone 1, resource gathering complete. Proceed to the next objective. Higher to Brimstone 1, orders are to gather and secure the resources in this region.
So here I start having some sort of glitch or bug that is preventing me from grabbing the walls. I'm unable to mantle and finish the climb. I do end up coming out of the bug later on, but I believe it was only because I have the ability to die without costing us lives. I was able to kill myself and it fixed itself. So when you use the special ability for the demolition, it is going to be based on the grenades that you have equipped. What I found with using the lure grenade and the demolition special, it will draw entire swarms of warriors away from the bigger bugs, so that the team is able to focus fire on the things that matter, and the trash mobs are being picked up by these 3 lure grenades that go and get themselves spread out in the field. The special ability, dropping 3 of them, really does pull in huge and large packs of mobs. You'll be able to see that later in the video where I'm getting large groups all gathering up around these lure tosses that I'm sending out.
Quadrant.
On the bounce, troopers. Let's move here. Changing magazines.
Again here, I asked for permission first before going to assault the Grenader. I don't end up making it though, but that's okay. That's what us demos are designed for, is for those suicide runs where we need to see if we can do it or not, and if not, that's absolutely fine. You can actually get a few bugs on your way out.
Emergency medical attention required.
Emergency. Arachnid threat levels have maxed out. Arachnid horde approaching your position.
The base is under attack. Haste required. Warning, vital signs suggest the base is under attack. Haste required.
A lesson that I also took away from using this special and the lure grenades is we need to direct that fire and get those mobs to center somewhere for us. So if we know that our team will be running left flank out of the base or right flank out of the base or even straight down the middle, we can take these specials, these lure specials, and part the sea with them, if you will. You can push mobs or pull mobs to the lure grenades, which is going to draw them off of your teams that are coming and going from base. A bug cannot gain no ground if there's no ground left to gain. Would you like to know more? Stay tuned for part 2.